everyone, Rocket Terrier here. If I sound sick in this video, it's because I am. Anyways, I want to talk about Fakemon. I love Fakemon. My earliest memories of creating my own start around about 4th grade. I'd draw during recess, doodle during class. Basically, anytime I got the chance, I'd be drawing, and it'd probably be Fakemon. Here's a bunch of my Fakemon designs from about 2011 and 2015, between 10 and 14. I'm 22 now, and I still love doing Fakemon, though it's been a while since I've designed a name of my own. But I can happily say that I'm ready to give that another go. I've had the ideas for this region floating around since about 2020. Now let me be 100% honest with you guys, this is just my own fun little personal side project. I don't really put a lot of effort in here to create a themed region, base it off of a country, a state, or whatever. It's just me making a region full of things I like just because I got a cool idea one day. Anyways, let me tell you about the Shomi region. The name comes from the state I grew up in, Missouri, the Shomi state, particularly the little hilly, rocky, southwestern corner of the state with the expensive theme park. Anyways, here's my concept for the region. I wanted to have 2 mountain ranges, or one mountain range that kind of swerves up and kind of curls around. I think it could be really neat. Licensed Pokemon trainers, that is, Pokemon trainers like the player character who carry a trainer ID, are eligible to receive said ID starting at 16 years old. There are trainer permits granted to younger children through schools and such, but 16 is when a child is finally allowed to pick their starter Pokemon and begin their journey. And if you so happen to live near a Pokemon laboratory, you might even have the option of picking the region's top starters as your partner. Speaking of which, why don't we finally introduce a grass-type starter for the region? So without further ado, here's the first stage. Sprance, the fawn Pokemon. It is born with GPS-like memory of its home forest, meaning it will never get lost. It is often spotted leading hikers through the woods. Sprance love to imitate those it views as the authority, albeit clumsily. Sprance's hornbuds are blunt and rough to the touch. Sprance's name comes from the word spring, as in the season, but also as in to jump, prance, and prince. Along with the rest of its line, Sprance gets the ability Overgrow and the hidden ability Seed Sower. Sprance is a pure grass type. Inspiration from Sprance comes from elk calves and white-tailed deer fawns. The leaves along its body represent the spots of baby deer, while parts of its sex entry plays on the fact that newborn fawns and calves are clumsy and can't stand perfectly for a little while. Bambi is also definitely a big inspiration for this whole line, as you'll see. Finally, the tail's a flower bud. Let me know if you'd want this cutie on your team. Now that we've met Sprance, let's move on to our second stage. Antloom, the leaping Pokemon. Antloom prefers to do its own thing, rather than follow the rest of the herd. It spends a lot of time looking at its own reflection in the surfaces of water. When threatened, Antloom releases sweet, dizzying smell from its blooming tail. It is said that if an antloom sleeps in a wilted garden, it will be thriving and full of fresh produce the next morning. Antloom's name comes from the words antler and bloom. Antloom gets the ability overgrow and the hidden ability seed sower. Antloom is a pure grass type. Inspiration for Antloom comes from the stereotype of a prince obsessed with his own image. They're a little vain and don't want to listen to what others tell them to do because they think they're better than that. We're also starting to see a little magical influence as the antlers start to grow and curl inwards, forming almost a crown or tiara type shape. I wanted Antloom to seem a little spoiled, but since it's a starter Pokemon, I didn't want to make it completely stingy. The flower in its tail is beginning to bloom and the leaves on its body have become into a tiny cape. Finally, here's the final evolution. Monocornus, the regal Pokemon. Flowers bloom wherever a Monocornus walks. It is a leader, commanding other Pokemon with the stomp of its hard hooves. The leaves and flowers on its shoulders can flap as if moved by the wind, giving off a scent that makes Pokemon and humans alike calm. The horn of a Monocornus is said to be full of healing properties. Monocornus's name comes from the word mono, meaning one, monarch, unicorn, and cornus, part of the scientific name for the flowering dogwood. Monocornus gets the ability Overgrow and the hidden ability Seed Sower. Monocornus is a grass fairy type. Inspiration for Monocornus comes from a lot of things. The idea of turning my deer starter into a unicorn was not my first choice, as I actually wanted to turn it more into Megaloceros, the extinct megafaunal-like deer elk of prehistory. I actually went through several written ideas before finally settling on the idea of a medieval unicorn. According to a couple sources I read, medieval people thought a unicorn's horn had healing, medicinal, magical properties, and that it could even detect poison. The flower tails fully bloomed into a flowering dogwood, the state tree of Missouri, and one of my favorite flowering tree species specifically. They give off a beautiful scent that's always reminded me of being a kid. Its hooves are now thick, solid wood and has a fierce stare. I really hope you guys enjoyed these three. They were fun to design and really fun to come up with. Please let me know what you think by leaving a comment, subscribing, giving a like. Those all let me know you want to see more of the Shomi region. I'll see you guys next time where I introduce the Fire-type starter and its evolutions. Bye!